Diane. And of course, we're doing the gratitude series. As you know, this has been going on for most of the year. And happy to share some simple tips with you to practice mindfulness in your everyday. And especially now, since everyone across the globe is experiencing the same exact scenario, however, we're all responding to it differently. There's no mistaking that everyone is feeling quite stressed, quite overwhelmed, and more than likely afraid of what's going on and fearing what's to come. And seeing as how we can't control the future and we can't correct the past, not in the most simplest way, of course, but all that we can really take care of right now is the present. So, a lot of what I teach folks is to look at the present scenario. How can we be present for where we are? And a lot of times, when you feel overwhelmed and fearful, it's about something that you feel you cannot control. It's about something that you feel is, you feel a bit like you're drowning, or as if you're not being able to catch a breath, so to speak, in the simplest way. So, one of the first things in this very simple technique is to breathe. So, take a deep breath into your nose, and this will be the mindful exercise that we do for this session, okay? So, take a deep breath into your nose. Get a sense of how that breathing feels, and it should be a smooth breath. So, again, this is about whenever you feel overwhelmed or fearful, all right? This one technique. Breathe in and out of your nose. Now redirect your attention to external sensations. What are you noticing? Take a moment to do that. Now, if you're meditating, instead of closing your eyes when you feel this way, keep your eyes open. Look around. Pay attention to your external sensations once again. And that means listening. What do you hear? Look around. What do you see? And also notice what you taste. So observe the room that you're in, the environment that you're in. Basically, you're looking at the world around you and being present for that. Really noting what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're smelling, and what you're tasting. Now let's incorporate something else in this technique. While you do this, say to yourself, even though I have fear in me, even though I may feel overwhelmed, I know that I am safe where I am right now. I'll repeat that again. Even though I have fear in me, even though I feel overwhelmed, I know that I am safe where I am right now. Now you can change those words around whichever way you feel comfortable. You can shorten it if you want to, but it should be something that you can automatically say to yourself. Okay? Why is that? Because our fears inside began in the mind where we are telling ourselves something isn't safe. So this is about telling your brain that it's okay to relax. All right. So note that this exercise, very short exercise, can take up to 20 minutes to really start to shift you out of your fear, out of the intensity of that. And by practicing this particular technique, you can eventually start to, in your continued practice, to be able to get yourself settled down and feel more grounded. And always notice where your breath is in this practice, okay? All right. Now that said, I'm just going to take you through a brief body scan after that, all right? To put that in play to some degree. But primarily, I want you to just place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. This can be done separately, of course, from the initial technique that I just mentioned to you, all right? Notice how your heart feels right now. And at this point, you can keep your eyes still open. If you feel like it, you can close your eyes. But I'm going to keep mine open at this point. So notice how your heart feels. Just take a deep breath in, down into the belly, expanding the hand out into the hands. And exhaling, you're taking your belly button back towards your spine. Keep your shoulders still. And as you breathe in and out, you can look out towards one particular focus if you'd like to notice that particular object or part of your environment that you want to stare at, look at. Continue to breathe in and out. Smooth transition of breath in and out of your nose. Now the next inhalation, inhale into your nose and exhale out of your mouth, just purse your lips. All right, and that's it, okay? So that's a brief introduction just for you to get a sense of where you are in space, because a lot of the times when we feel overwhelmed and fearful, we're not quite sure where we are in space, okay? That is in the environment. We're so disconnected at that point that it can be very, very intense for us, and that's where the overwhelm kicks into a notch, an upper notch, the fear kicks up another notch, and that's what happens, okay? That's one of the things that happens. All right, again, as you know, these are just simple techniques. This is one. There are many more that I teach. And so, of course, this is a sample session for you. Just 5 minutes of your time. And I hope this was helpful to you. If it is, let me know and I'd be happy to hear from you. And of course, again, if there's a private situation that you would like to talk about or address with me personally, by all means contact me via messages or via my email. And refrain from leaving any personal full-length comments about your personal situation that you might not want to share publicly. Um, in a more private setting, it's more feasible for me to answer you. And of course, I wish you all the best. And take note of how this particular exercise helps you over time or throughout the day. All right? Again, thanks for coming out. Enjoy your day. Namaste.